joining us here at Western Wisconsin Health. I'm Natasha Ward and joined by our fitness center manager, Scott Sikelski, and our health and wellness coach, Lynn Hughes-Camp. And today we're talking about goal setting. It's very timely because it's the end of January, so we are probably nearing the end of the New Year's resolution series in most people's minds. Scott, can you tell us, do you set New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, so my short answer to that question is yes, I do. Before I answer that completely, I do want to mention, as she said, I'm Scott Sikelski, I'm the fitness center manager here. I started way back in the old building in 1999, not to date myself. So the reason I bring that up is that I've been through 20 Januaries here in New Year's resolution time. And my feeling with resolutions is they have a negative connotation, so I'm not real thrilled about it when people are all pumped up to make these resolutions. Even I'll have current fitness center members who come in, consistently, and in December they'll start to tell me, well, I'm not coming in January, you'll see me in February, and everybody quits their resolutions. So already there's a negative connotation to it, and people already think if I don't do it the first week or two, I'm done, I quit, I give up. And so I really value setting goals and short-term goals and knowing that you can do it anytime. It doesn't have to be January 1st, it can be a Monday, it can be a Friday, it can be in the middle of the week, it can be that day I'm gonna do this. So setting goals, so I do that in my personal life. When I work with people, I really like them to set goals, but start where you're at and kind of grow from there.
So Lynn, as a health and wellness coach, I know you do lots of goal setting, but what do you think about New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, well, kind of like you, Scott, I do help people set goals every day. I'm very good at trying to push people to, kind of narrow it down. But they have to be ready. And I know we say that a lot, but what does that really mean? So I think when you look at, a resolution, that implies that you want to change something, like whatever is going on is not working for you. So, okay, that implies change. So what changes though am I really ready for? I might look out and say, I want to do this whole thing, like you said. I want these changes. But am I really ready for all of them for life? Like, can I do this for life? If the answer is no, then I'm going to very nicely talk you down to something that actually fits for you right now. Maybe it fits your values. Maybe it's super important. And I'm going to validate that this goal, even though it may look small, is so important. And I'm going to, again, give you a lot of accountability for continuing this goal on and on and on, because that little thing is what changes your life. So when you're ready for that, let's do it. It doesn't matter what time it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So a big part of goal setting, of course, going back to the New Year's resolution idea, is really often focused on fitness.
Yeah.
So Scott, can you tell us how do you actually go about creating a fitness plan?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and my number one answer to that is it's very, very individual. So if I see, let's say, 25 people in a week or a month that come up and talk to me about exercise or starting an exercise program, I should be having 25 different conversations because everybody's different. What's right for you, Tasha, is probably not going to be right for you or for me. We're all different. So it's really important to really start where you are individually. And we talked a little bit about goal setting. I usually like to, and before I say that, I'll also say if someone comes up to me and we're starting an exercise program, often they'll ask me, hey, Scott, what's the best exercise for me to do? What's the best cardio exercise for me to do? My answer to that is always, whatever one you will do. And people laugh when I say that, but it's important because let's say you don't like to walk or run. Starting a walking or running program probably isn't going to be for you. If you don't like biking, then biking maybe is not going to be for you. So really picking what works for you best. We talked about setting those small goals. What's really important too is not to beat yourself up if you don't perfectly do it. If you don't perfectly, meet that goal. So just knowing that you can reset, we talked about that earlier, anytime and restart that goal. So many times I see people go, oh, I didn't do it, I'm done. Well, why can't you start tomorrow or the next day or just kind of try to reevaluate, and maybe it needs to be a little bit slightly different goal and kind of reevaluate it that way. So just being very careful, very individual. So to answer in a broad term and say, here's the plan everybody can do, But that's not really realistic because everybody's different. So really finding what's right for you is my quick answer to that question.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thinking about, a lot of times, if someone isn't successful right away, they might say they just don't have enough willpower. They just, don't have enough behind it. But Lynn, I've actually heard you say that success really just can't be about willpower. Can you say more about that?
Yeah, everything Scott and I are saying are really parallel. Willpower, I think, is such a loaded term. It comes with judgment because it means, like if I set this goal and I work at it really hard. So let's say, I'm going to give you a different example. Let's say I have adult kids and they tell me I text them too much or something like that. I might think that, well, this is really important for me to do that, because maybe it's all for love and I'm doing it for them. And, I'm really committed to this, so I'm really not ready to change. But I say, okay, no more texts. So the first week, I do okay. The second week, it's driving me nuts. I make signs all over the place to keep me from doing it. Third week, I break down. And was that a lack of willpower? No, it was probably not the right goal, or what's underneath that need. Same thing goes with why am I not walking or running, or why am I eating this and not that? What are the needs under there? So willpower, no, willpower is not going to get us to change our life. So we need to set the right goals, be successful, and not judge ourselves. And that's the way we change, and we can live with ourselves. So,
absolutely. So, how can people reach you if they want to do more goal setting and learn more about maybe what will work for them?
So the easiest for me is either to stop by the fitness center during staffed hours, or you can call and give the number, 715-684-1641, and I'm happy to talk to you about that.
yeah, and people can reach me via the website or just a phone call. I'm also a part of Simple Health, which combines a physician, Dr. Katie Finley, Sherry Road, our dietitian, and me in insurance covered appointments in the clinic, and that is super effective. That is so wonderful that we can all kind of, embrace people in their change. So that's the best way to do it for me.
Great, thank you. So lots of opportunities here at Western Wisconsin Health to improve your health and wellness.